The first team to present today is Flow Education. They are changing the way children learn. Let's give an extra good welcome to the first presenter of today, Matthew Gretti Skúlason.
A year ago, my mother invited me for dinner. As I walked in, I heard this loud argument coming from the kitchen. My mother and my sister were arguing over mathematics homework, again. Somehow, my little sister managed to calculate only half a math page in 2 hours. Now, this worried me a lot, because in today's world, not knowing math is like not knowing how to read. At the time, I was researching behavioral psychology at the University of Reykjavik in software engineering and video games, and I realized I had the solution. I created a mobile game to teach children math at an accelerated rate while making it fun and engaging. Now, with the game, my sister answered a staggering 603 questions in only 4 days. That's more than she had calculated in an entire month. We then carried out an experiment where students answered on average 480 questions a week in their own free time. But we had some other interesting results. Students answered faster in our game. They spent a longer time calculating, and they were likelier to answer correctly in our game as opposed to on paper. Now, this all sounds great, but we didn't want to make just another educational game. There are hundreds of them out there. We wanted to fundamentally change the way children learn. And that's why we created the Flow system. Now, the Flow system combines 3 products in one: our game, a platform for teachers and parents, and an interactive book. But how does all of this work? Well, at the core of it all is our mobile game. As you can see, it doesn't look like your traditional math game. Instead, it's a high-quality game that rivals the games your children play for fun. And since it takes place in a digital format, we can analyze each and every student's answer and provide them with individualized content in real time based on their skill level. We use the theory of flow from positive psychology to find the perfect difficulty level for each and every student. Now, with all of this data, we can feed our platform. Our platform is a place for teachers and parents to track their students' progress, their strengths, as well as their weaknesses. With our platform, they have all of the information they need about their students' progress. Last but not least is our interactive book. Books are a great way to teach new material. And if you want your children to perform well academically, they need to know how to use them. Our book is also unique in the way it integrates with our game, so we can track their progress in our books and display it on our platform. By combining books with our game, children learn new material faster and more effectively. That's the Flow system. The Flow system is designed for children aged 5 to 11 years old to teach them math up to 12 times faster while making it something they will enjoy. The system is sold using a subscription-based model to schools as well as individuals. We have 2 different packages. Our first package has our game, platform, and our interactive book. Now, with this package, you get all of the benefits of the Flow system. Our second package is directly aimed at consumers. It adds our reward system, so that when your child finishes a critical milestone in their learning, we'll send them actual physical rewards to their home, which they choose from. This is for the parents that really want to motivate their children, and children absolutely love it. Now, we'll start in Iceland to improve our product and test it. And as Ari said, Iceland is not a good test market. So we don't intend to stay here long. We're looking at France. Now, why France? Parce que je suis français, je parle français couramment. I'm half French, and our team has strong ties to France. But France is also a much larger market. They've got about 4.2 million students studying at an elementary level, which is a much bigger opportunity for us. But in France, it's also culturally very important to do well in school. Because if you don't, you fall behind, and you can be held back a grade. And you could become what we in France called les nuls, the zeros, the losers. Sounds bad, right? That's why it's every parent's worst nightmare. And for this reason, in France, there's a big market where parents buy educational material outside the school system, such as books, e-books, interactive content, you name it. Let's take an example. Just during their summer vacation, parents in France spend over 25 million euros on educational books just so that their children don't fall behind on that one measly month they have on vacation. So it's pretty daunting, right? Now, we intend to penetrate the market in France in a couple of key different ways. First is finding a publisher that will publish our book and distribute it and get it into the hands of our customers. Second is our brand. Now, our game and our book are part of the same universe. And it talks to the children. They need to enjoy it. And then our platform, that's targeted and branded for the teachers and the parents. We also offer free samples and trials of our system that you can order online and will be distributed at targeted stores. But then we also offer rewards. Every single student that finishes their first milestone will actually receive a physical reward that's from our game, so that they can know how it feels to get those rewards, and so that parents see the added value of our reward system. Now, we have a lot of competition. On the one hand, we have publishers, which mostly create static content, such as books and e-books. And then on the other hand, we've got large tech companies that mostly create digital content, often with some adaptive capabilities. But we differentiate ourselves in a couple of key different ways. First is the way we combine books with our system. It's unique, and it teaches your children math up to 12 times faster. And that's why we are in the middle. We create both physical material and digital content. We use the theory of flow from positive psychology to find the perfect difficulty level for each and every student, which powers our individualized content engine, which has a strong scientific foundation. Our last key differentiator is our game. Our game isn't like any other traditional math game. It's an actual game that your children will actually enjoy playing. Now, our team has a vast interdisciplinary skill set, ranging from software engineering skills, psychology research experience, and having worked over 20 years in elementary schools. Now, we are all very different, as you can see, but we all share a common goal. That's to bring education into the 21st century and changing the way children learn. Now, we have a very long road behind us, and an even longer road ahead of us, which we are fully committed to. We'll start beta testing with our partnering schools and individuals in October this year, followed by a release in fall 2018, and a release in France in June 2019. In order to keep this timeline, we are looking for a $2 million investment so that we can grow and expand our operations to France. Math is the literacy of the 21st century. And our experiments show we can teach your children math up to 12 times faster. And this is just the beginning. Help us change the way children learn today. Thank you.